99% has no place in magic, either perfect or none. Here's why. I bet you saw that glitch. It was on purpose. It distracted you away from the experience and it forced you to think about the method. This isn't a piece of magic anymore. It's a puzzle. But can any art form settle for less than 100%? If we see shaky camera footage, it will lead us to think about the cameraman's movements. If we hear an incorrect note, we'll think of the player's technique. And of course, if we see a magician doing a suspicious move, it will force us to zoom out, extract ourselves from the experience, and think of the method. But if when I finish my magic act, I get asked, "How did you do this?" then I failed, because I made my audience think of the technique instead of the magic. If the moment is not 100%, it's not whole. It becomes a backstage experience, a making of, which is a different genre. Nowadays, we see more and more creators that combine these genres. Even though we know something is an illusion, we want to believe it. It is clear that this is not reality, and yet it evokes an emotional response. There are two contrasting forces while we experience magic. On one hand, we have the preservative force, the will to preserve the existing. In order to believe magic, we need to temporarily let go of our current beliefs and acknowledge new ones. This isn't simple. Learning new assumptions costs the brain a lot of expensive energy that it does not want to waste. On the other hand, we have the will to accept magic. It emerges from our desire to believe that there is something beyond what we know. Sometimes we just call it wishful thinking, but it's basically just our hope that impossibility exists, giving us hope that we could too accomplish the impossible. There's also our natural urge to learn. Learning is acquiring new assumptions, and our brains are hardwired to keep on learning and even gratify us when we do so. That is also the reason people describe watching magic as being a kid again. Because as kids, we would learn new things every second, allowing ourselves to try new beliefs, bending and stretching our assumptions each and every day. All these lay the bricks to what we magicians call suspension of disbelief. It's a state where we temporarily pause our existing set of beliefs in order to give space for a new set, for a limited amount of time. When we watch a horror movie, we know it's not real and that there's nothing to fear. We constantly remind ourselves that it's nothing more than a well-planned group of images and sounds that together make us want to believe the illusion. Same happens in wrestling. We know it's all a show and we're still excited to watch it. When we see Superman fly, we don't really believe that there's someone that could do that. But somewhere inside, we want to. Our disbelief is suspended. This goes to show that our emotional thinking is way more powerful than our rational thinking. There are a lot of studies regarding why we suspend our disbeliefs. But I'm not interested in why as I am in how often. How often do we let ourselves go back to that place, that childlike space, the relearning, the astonished? Specifically in this day and age, surrounded by banality and decisiveness, maybe we should create a space where we can once again learn how to believe. Hey, did you like the video? If you did, let me know and hit subscribe. And as always, see you next time.